think if you're Schmugs right now, you're probably thinking like, you know, I am at a disadvantage, so maybe I need to play a little more aggressive on the like the 50-50 situations, like go for a back throw shine and risk it all kind of thing, just to try to get a moky stock, because like that's more worth it for you than it is for moky. But
Yeah, taking these gamble options, right? Oh, here we go. We don't have sound from the game going on.
so just to clarify, red is moky, blue is Schmugs, or the reverse?
So I'm familiar as moky as a blue fox, so I'm pretty sure that that's true. And Schmugs, yeah, I thought Schmugs was a green fox last time I checked, but here he is playing red. I think he likes to switch around a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay, so Schmugs down a stock, but this is kind of a moment where like he could easily clean it back up, push the lead back into kind of a more even set. But you know, it's Fox Dittos. These kind of openers right here are so important.
There we go. Misses the edge guard, gives moky another chance. But at least he's still hanging on. There we go, evens it up.
Yeah, a random nair kind of just ends up doing it. We even see Schmugs kind of like laughs a little bit, like felt like he got lucky there, but you know, again, any opening that he can get is so big. Ooh,
yeah, he will take it for sure. And
get the spot touch out there in time.
Now both these guys definitely have been warming up a little bit, playing ladder matches, playing friendlies, but this is kind of the first real event that they're playing in this weekend, so it's going to be kind of exciting to just see a taste of their talent. Oh, that was an awesome shine up smash.
Yeah, definitely fun to see to start off. I like the way Schmugs has been playing from this so far, and already taken 2 stocks from moky. That is no small feat. Like, this is a good start for BC, but moky answering back, evens it out, and again, like, you know, the onus is on moky to kind of pick up the pace here, because Schmugs is happy to kind of go even with moky so far.
Yeah, absolutely. If Schmugs goes even with moky, if Schmugs takes 3 stocks, I think he does his job. If he takes 4 stocks, then that's amazing. Great job, Schmugs.
Yeah, I definitely would be happy with 3 stocks. Like, this is a great performance so far.
Yeah, even this 2 stocks for moky to start things off, nothing to shake a stick at.
But you know, moky showing off his kind of solid reactions time so far, playing very intelligently, but still not able to close it out. Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
And there we go.
Great DI. Still has one more chance, but
That's
does
awesome.
pin it up.
That's the third. That's the second stock moky has taken on his second last stock here.
All right.
Wow, and he gets another opening. He's really gaining momentum here.
Who manages to cover that with the drill. Good shine stall, but doesn't end up grabbing the ledge, and that could be it, but turns it into his own reversal situation. Love the side B to cover it. We see Amrak do that so much back when he played Fox. Ooh, Fox was a roll by accident, though.
Oh, and here we go. Gets him with the dash attack off stage. Wow, GG's. Good job, Schmugs, but then here we saw moky. He lost his 2 stocks, and then he took the next 3 after that. That was kind of nuts. Great job to moky. It's going to be up to BC to see who do you think can take these next 2 stops without too much hassle. We got Elliot, we got Webwipe, Amrak, Polo, Midnight Blue. We got Falco to work with.
Honestly, it's a really tough call. I wonder if they throw out another Fox player. Like if we get to see an Amrak, you know? Because I don't know. Like I feel like they might save Elliot for someone else. Oh, doesn't look like it though.
The way I'm seeing it, Webwipe would be a perfect counter pick for Yardsale, just matchup wise.
Yes.
The Falcons, as you said, would be great to use against ForestDweller, the Samus.
Well, does look like they're going with Elliot.
Going with Elliot, not a bad choice. As you said, Elliot was doing pretty great against moky in friendlies, even though if you heard Elliot say it, he wasn't doing that great.
Like it's not like he was, I think the game count probably reflected what Elliot was saying, which I was getting like bodied. But the stock count and the games themselves, like, didn't seem that bad.
I see.
So, like,
3-0 but close though, right?
Exactly. Yeah, so like, you know, but even better, more like 3-1 but close though, maybe.
3-1 but close though. Okay, okay.
Smashers really do have a lot of memes, eh? Like it just sticks out. Everyone in the world has said, look, but it was really close. Like if you actually watch the games, it looked close.
Yeah. Because it's true, it was.
Except when you're playing, like I know I'll play someone who's like worse than me, and they'll be like, oh, we had a couple of close games. I'm like, bro, he did not take a single game, and that's what matters. Like if you didn't take a single game, they were never close. Like
that's
even
right.
Because there'll be moments where you're like, oh, I'm a bit behind. I gotta clean it up, and then you end it. So
you
that's
got wiggle
why,
room.
like, exactly. That's why it's like. But then when you're the player, like if I were to go play like, I don't know, n0ne, and it's like a one-stock game, I'd be like, yo, it's a one-stock game versus n0ne. You know what I mean? Like I'd be like, I did okay.
This is exactly it too. In this cruise format, that actually was close though.
Yeah, exactly. This is the one moment where you could finally be like, yo, bro, but it actually was close. I actually took these many stocks and it mattered. So
yeah, that's right.
That's so funny. Yeah, I don't know. It's like embarrassing. It's like a human kind of like impulse where you're like, no, but if you watch the games, like they're good.
They were. All right, here we go. moky with 2 stocks left. It's Elliot's job to take them. I think he can do it. I just hope he doesn't lose too many in the process. But I wouldn't count it against moky on honestly cleaning up Elliot right here. I think he has what it takes, but Elliot is no joke.
Ooh, misses the pull up there, but still extends it and isn't going to get the shine from moky too, which is good. I was worried kind of extending there. Definitely a bit biased in Elliot's favor. I think it's hard not to root for Elliot, you know? He's just like such an up-and-coming talent, and he looks like good DI is going to keep the stock
that was
going.
excellent DI.
Nice.
Oh, misses the angle there.
So
he was very close to stage. It was going to be hard to get a slight angle to still land on stage there.
So one of the things I was speaking about with Elliot, and I'll probably bring this up a couple times on commentary because it is sort of an interesting little optimization he's been going for, is he, in a crouch cancel situation where you are crouch canceling against get up attack, we'll often see Mango go for something like a forward smash, and Elliot's been trying to incorporate this like walk forward shine to try to get more from it. So that's something that like
very interesting.
I don't really see many other players do, and he's like, he said to me, but my punish game sucks, so I'm not going to get anything off of it when I do hit. Which, a little self-critical, right? Like, you know,
hey,
cool,
at least he knows. He knows what he has to work on, right?
Yeah.
But you know, if I'm talking, I'm going to say his punish game is awesome. But
it's pretty good. Not bad. All right, doesn't cover the side B. Ooh, that's so big, and he closes it out.
Oh wow, Elliot, nice and clean. 3 stocks left. That is that's pretty good. Elliot did his job right there.
Very, very good. Yeah. Yeah. So now it's who do they throw in? If I were them, I'm thinking a ForestDweller might not be too bad. Although I actually think that that's a pretty rough matchup for Samus. Just like, you know, kind of Spacey Slayer.
Yep, for sure.
Or n0ne. But then do you want to throw like your 2 best players in?
That's what I was thinking. n0ne is a good choice, but he is also the powerhouse player that they have left, which is normally used and saved as the anchor.
Exactly.
So it just depends on what role they want to play. It looks like someone hopped up onto stage.
Yeah,
we'll find out soon enough.
We will find out soon enough. I feel like I'm literally like looking at them. It's like, okay, they wear white shoes. So if anyone knows,
yeah, anyone knows any white shoes wearers?
Actually, honestly, seeing that moky was wearing white pants, that was a bit of a giveaway. To be honest, like he's wearing white pants, so stylistically speaking, I think that actually is going to be a moky. So
yeah, I would wager that.
All right.
Oh, here we go.
I can see a Samus. So it looks like they are going the ForestDweller route.
Let's go.
I think they're just doing a hand warmer though. So for those who aren't familiar with ForestDweller, he longtime net player. We used to play just a lot. Very, very capable Samus player. Switched to Fox because he says that. Oh yeah, no, there's still hand warming. Okay, sorry. He switched to Fox because he said Samus sucks. So
as most Samus players eventually end up saying, it takes them a long time. Sometimes.
I don't understand, like I think Samus can't even hang anymore. Like I think she's just really bad character. Like really, really obvious weaknesses. But in a crew format like this, it can be very, very strong. So
Yeah, Samus is a tank. That's her role, and she's taken Falco to Dreamland, so she's definitely gonna make Elliot play patiently, which is something he's capable of doing.
yeah, he's very capable. You know, he's played so much against players like Webwipe. Kind of yeah, every Brewhall Grand Finals. Not every single one, obviously not, but like he's definitely played him pretty much every week, and so that's the kind of play style you need to have to deal with Samus. Is just like really not approaching, to be honest.
Yeah, definitely against Samus, you just don't get too many ideas, you know?
Yeah, just don't be creative at all. One other thing, actually, that ForestDweller himself mentioned to me when I was playing against him was this is a matchup that you really can bust out the Shine as a reflector tool.
Oh, I
like,
see, yeah.
all the time. And it's like he said, like, you know, don't be leaning on your power shield. Like, it is actually kind of hard to deal with if they are just throwing in Shine. Beautiful light shield, by the way. Oh, goes for the charged up smash.
Wow, ForestDweller's doing great on these Smash DI against the up airs. Got out of the first one to the left and almost got out of the second one from Elliot.
So we see the second up smash in a row there. I do wonder if that's kind of like a bit of a controller issue or something. Kind of hard to say. But so far, it's not going great for ForestDweller, but I think like the skill gap still is there. It's not like he's the favorite necessarily. I think 2 stocks at least would be a good kind of push.
Yeah, he could definitely do it. Definitely has to do something about this right now. It's a little bit tough. On Dreamland, you do live so long, but it gives Falco so much space. Like you're not allowed to leave him alone at Samus. You know, he's just gonna shoot lasers at you.
That was the tech flub that we needed, though. Elliot losing his stock now, and this, like, that's kind of what you need, especially because, you know, you mentioned about the space on Dreamland. Another big challenge is that when you get to these high percents, you don't have these kind of like quick edge guard setups. You're playing kind of more chip damage. It's not that it's like bad to be at high percent. It's not like Birthritis or something, but you can kind of get low percent kills as Samus. And if you're not getting them, it just like hurts that much more because the character is weaker.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, Samus does have to work quite hard to win neutral.
Yes.
And you make it way harder on yourself if you have to win neutral more times per kill, right?
Exactly. Like that's exactly what I'm trying to articulate. Is that like if you're having to win neutral more frequently, just to get like that one strong hit compared to getting an opening, converting off of it, getting like a tech chase and a charge shot, etc. But just as I say that, ForestDweller bringing it back, keeping things close, and this is big. Elliot does not want to be dropping this stock. Needs to be kind of pushing forward. This is what I'm talking about.
This is an opportunity. There we go. That was good. A good air dodge on Elliot, getting nice and high. ForestDweller almost called out with that charge shot.
So strategically, this has definitely been working out for them. You know, like, even though Elliot's kind of technically a whole stock ahead because he started at 3 stocks, you know, he doesn't, you know, there's no guarantee that he's going to take this, and dropping Elliot out of this is such a big deal. He's definitely one of the best players in our region.
Absolutely. This one Elliot stock could take him a little bit further, and it'd be huge for the BC crew. Oh my gosh, he makes it back onto stage. Oh, that back air will do it.
All right. Elliot pushing forward, manages to take out ForestDweller, but, you know, I think strategically it made a lot of sense. He kind of put in he did his duty. He went in, took some stocks, is very solid.
That was awesome. And that was good stuff from ForestDweller for sure. I liked Elliot took the first stock very quickly, and then after that, it was a very back and forth, very close game. Unfortunately, it didn't go his way on the last stock, but that's not a bad thing if you're cheering for Team BC.
Yeah, definitely. I think like it's tricky. I think the problem that I mean, I don't even know if this is true. Like, I think Elliot's got so much potential as a player, but like people like Polo, you know, perform really well at Champions of Vancouver.
Oh yeah.
Um, like the roster is deeper than I think people realize.
Yeah,
Just be,
the way I see it, like Polo, Elliot, and Amrak, all 3 of those
yeah,
players, I consider at a very, very similar level.
yes, yes,
And then Webwipe and Schmugs, I barely consider them below. Like I think they definitely tend to lose to those 3 players more often than
yes.
not. but they're so solid players.
And
Like,
this is a crew battle, right? You just need to
yeah.
win one game. So
And then
yeah,
Midnight Blues has been kind of
on a
had a
tear.
meteoric rise in the past
Yeah,
year or so
yeah.
through COVID. It's been awesome to watch, and now that IRL events are back, he's on that grind. So it's awesome to see him out here.
No, most definitely. Uh, while we are waiting, we do want to give a shout out to some of the sponsors that are helping this kind of come together. Of course, one of them being HyperX. Right now we are commentating on the Alpha S headset. We got the Quadcast S mic on stage, and they're just kind of powering up the stream. So super big shout outs to HyperX for keeping this stream going and, supporting esports events for the last, like, as long as I can remember, basically.
hmm Yeah, I can't think of a. There's been so many events that HyperX has sponsored over the years, in so many different games too.
Absolutely.
They've definitely done their dues and supporting the scene. It's awesome.
All right, it does look like we're about to start. They're just figuring out something. Peach versus Falco. We're both Falco players for those watching. So I think we've talked about this before, but like, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
In my opinion, I think Falco beats Peach quite handily. I think he kind of destroys her.
Really?
But a lot of people seem to disagree with me, so I don't know what to think about that.
That's interesting. I think I would be one of those people where I would say, until you get to a pretty high level, I would say that Peach really messes him up. But then once you're able to kind of play neutral at a very high level, it can get a lot more challenging for Peach. But I think it's a tough matchup for Falco. Honestly, I don't think it's one of those like.
I think you have to do everything right. Like, it's one of those things where, like, I don't know. I think Falco has a huge advantage, but it's not any easy for him. It's just like Samus, where there's a high execution barrier. But I think if he's doing things right, then it's so hard for the Peach.
Speaking of doing things right, that was a clean 0 to death from Elliot. Holy crap, was that good?
Oh my gosh.
He covered everything. Oh my god. That's actually one of the things that I think we've been seeing so much from modern Falco players is like this kind of sophistication of play versus floaties. Like they're playing in a way that, like, there was a time not so long ago where like PPFD was the only guy who had like really, really sick combos on floaties and like played in a way that felt like how Falco should. And now I feel like that's kind of commonplace,
Yeah, before people would either camp more than they should or bite off more than they can chew. Yeah, there we go. Neutral air to seal the deal. Yeah,
how many stocks was that?
Elliot. That was just one stock.
No, I'm just thinking. So 2 stocks from moky, 4 stocks from ForestDweller, and another stock from Yardsale. Elliot has taken 7 stocks. So,
my.
pretty solid. I would definitely say performing kind of maybe better than expected even. One of the better players on the team, but of course, BC hanging, right? Like
yeah,
they're
that
able
was
to
phenomenal.
So, we got Peach. Do we see Webwipe?
We should. That's my prediction. I would think, maybe we could throw a Falcon at them. We got both Polo and Midnight Blue to still work with, but I think Puff is the obvious counterpick here.
I agree. I think it would shock me if it was really anyone other than Webwipe, and I think that is him over there now. I feel like really like n0ne is quite solid versus Puff. Quiggles is amazing versus Puff, like really good versus Puff.
Okay.
And so it's like Zuppy is excellent versus Puff, like freaking destroys Puff. So I think those are the expected counter picks afterwards. Like they probably would actually throw out Quiggles just to kind of keep sort of n0ne and people in the back.
Keep them locked and loaded.
Quite the sweater from Webwipe.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so not surprised to see this, and I think this has long been a very frustrating matchup for Peach. But I do think in more recent times we've seen some development, particularly from players like Lod. Showing that it's not as bad as not as bad as Armada made us believe.
No, I think Armada has a little bit of a personal issue there.
I was about to say, like, he's a little you know, he took some emotional damage. I'm not saying that
Yeah,
Armada's
exactly.
opinion is bad, but it's like there's definitely something about like I don't even like. I remember when he was kind of like when I first started playing, basically, which was like 2014ish. Like people would talk about that matchup, this matchup, as if it was like 90-10. Like they'd be kind of like, if Peach just can't do anything,
There's
man.
nothing
and
you
it's
can
like,
do.
bro, like have you like I played Puff at the time, and I remember thinking like this is definitely a very Puff flavored matchup. But like I'd still lose sometimes. Like it wasn't like, oh my god, this is free. It was just like this is definitely Puff favored. So
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we've seen these guys play a couple of times at recent Brew Hall Brawls. Generally, we see Webwipe over Yardsale. Yardsale has definitely taken a few games, so he has what it takes. But yeah, as we were talking about, matchup favored in Webwipe's favor, as well as history and sets. So it is Yardsale's uphill battle right here.
yeah, and I think a huge part of it is just about being aggressive and competing for space. You know, so much of the way Peach's struggle is by having Puff kind of back air uncontested, partially because she has such an advantage. She can just back air, and if you have the spacing down, there's not much Peach can do. But Melee's a sophisticated game, neutral is incredibly complicated, spacing is incredibly complicated. You can get in on Puff, we've seen it happen just right now. And,
yeah,
it's
that was an
what you do with
awesome
it.
down air. How did he slide into the air like that? It was brilliant.
Another thing worth mentioning is that Webwipe is not a very rest-heavy Puff, and this is actually a matchup where rest can be very, very, very punishing. You know, like you can get a rest, and Peach just doesn't really have a great way to deal with it in a lot of situations. So,
yeah, especially in a matchup like this, it's a lot of slow punish games sometimes. And a rest is so explosive, it's just a little bit uncommon. It's hard for Peach to fire back. Not only that, but Peach has a hard time punishing rest.
All right, but you know, it doesn't seem like rest is the only thing that Peach is having a hard time punishing. Right now, Webwipe taking kind of a dominant lead so far, looking to take a third stock. I do wonder in a situation like this, if a rest opportunity opened up, does Webwipe go for it? I would say so, right? Like he's not...
I would say so, yeah. He's up so much that it would be so valuable if he got it, and it's not that bad if he misses.
Exactly, yeah. So, does end up losing the stock to the down smash, but, you know, this is a part where you also feel kind of safe. You have that flexibility. You can kind of go for an aggressive rest. Again, I'm not really thinking that Webwipe will do that just because of the way his playstyle is, but could be a huge deal.
Yeah, I don't think Webwipe feels the need to change up how he's playing whatsoever. I think he's managing to deal with Peach's control of space very well.
Yeah, it's definitely a different approach to Puff than someone like, say, Toussaint that we've seen kind of pushing rest kind of as much as possible, or even Don't Rest Me, aka Zane, who has been playing Puff and doing a lot of reaction tech-based rest. Ooh,
oh, there we go. Find the forward air. That's awesome.
Yeah, actually getting a solid like 40% of damage, and that is definitely enough to get a kill setup if you can. Not sure what exactly Peach would do from that though. Like n0ne is not going to kill though. She doesn't really have any way to set up kills.
Up air would be great for Peach right now. Up air for either character would likely lead to a kill.
Just a like straight solid hit. I'm talking about setups. There's not really anything she can do beyond just a strong
setups,
hit.
yes, yeah.
Eventually she'll have.
Oh, there we go. A bomb would open up a setup. That's for sure.
Also, you know, risky thing. I feel like a lot of Peach players nowadays, you know, they hate the bomb. They don't want to risk losing their own stock in a kind of critical situation. So not surprised to see Yardsale just throw it away really quickly. All right, how does he make it back? Ooh, beautiful reverse n0ne. Oh my god.
Huge percent.
And he goes for the
up air. Yep.
Oh, I love that sequence from Webwipe. That was just so different. You don't usually see that reverse n0ne there. So now again, the rest sort of, like, I can always see it from the Puff perspective even though I haven't played in ages. It's like, do I go for the rest because it's safe, or am I like throwing away my lead and guaranteeing that he takes one extra stock, you know? Now the stock's gone.
Lost it again, yep.
Like, it's funny because we often talk about the psychological stuff about rest, like, as the opponent, but there's a lot of stuff going on with the Puff player themselves, thinking, do I do it? Do I not do it?
And I think that's a huge thing with a lot of Puffs. When they miss that first rest of a set, then they start questioning themselves. Yeah, it's hard to go for it again.
No, absolutely. I'm seeing a lot of creative uses of Nair so far, and that shield is getting very tiny, which can lead into down air kill confirms, which is one of the big
Yeah.
strengths that Puff has. And we see the down air right
Yardsale
there.
dipped all the way down that time because he's been getting sharked by up air so many times.
Ooh, that's it.
There we go.
So, I saw multiple people on Twitter
Mhm.
saying Ontario takes this for free. So, it's still early days, but it has not been free thus far. There have been some really, really, good, capable play from BC. We still
Mhm.
got more talent, and I don't care who wins because these are like my two regions basically. So
Yeah, I definitely have a little bit of bias. I'm cheering for Team PC.
of course,
I'm not gonna hide that. But yeah, I think it's up in the air. Either one could win, and I think it's super exciting just to see these players play against each other in real life for the first time in a long time for me.
I think for me it's the underdog thing, right? Like if you have everyone going, bro, free is so easy. Ontario is going to destroy BC, blah blah blah. Like
Mhm.
you just want to like shut them up, You just want to be like it's just there's
It's
nothing
true.
better than
It's
saying like free. Excuse me, was it? I thought it was free, man. Like stock count's not looking very free right now. But of course,
mhm.
they've still got n0ne. They've still got Zuppy. Both of those guys, certainly n0ne's like he has potential to be like a top five player. He has played that way at times.
Yeah,
Zuppy,
absolutely. Stone Cold Killer.
yeah, Zuppy is just a rising star. So both of them, like, it's still gonna be rough. I still think Ontario has the edge, but like we've been seeing good stuff from BC. I think
Mhm.
we're gonna see Zuppy is my pick, but who do we have?
We
Looks like
have
Quiggles, Quiggles, Quiggles.
Quiggles. Okay.
So Quiggles has talked about just like being really, really good versus Puff. So and they
Yeah,
did
let's
play in
find
a
out.
ladder match earlier, and Quiggles won.
Oh,
So
okay.
Quiggles actually, he mentioned to me, he was like, you commentated a set of mine where I 11 stalked a Puff player on stream. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
yes, I did actually. I do remember that. So I don't think we're going to be seeing something that dramatic, but this is a matchup he's quite experienced in.
Yeah, at the absolute maximum, he can only take two stocks from Webwipe.
Yes, that's true. I think if you're Webwipe, ooh,
Oh, if you're Webwipe.
I was about to
Oh
say,
no, that's why you don't go for rest.
yeah, just barely missing the slight DI. Manages to get the
Oh
forward air into the
wow,
fourth punish, yeah.
that was great. Quiggle's going for the back air to just secure some damage. Doesn't even get it. But already 48% on Pokemon Stadium. You're not feeling safe as a puff.
Oh, not at all. Fully charged up smash has long been able to kill on this stage. Up throw up air probably will kill, certainly will kill now. So definitely kind of the next miss rest is a huge punish opportunity. But, 65 is also the point, you're guaranteed knockdown off of back air. You're able to knock them off stage pretty easily. Needs to get the
Oh
SDI
wow,
and does not.
finds the up throw.
All right, can he get a stock though? This is kind of a big momentum shift for BC.
Oh, there we go. Converts a
Yep.
backer into a dash attack. Sets up an edge guard. Oh, lets him back.
Good grab. I like the grab. Covers both the shield if he did get it in time, and just kind of punishes the option he did go for. Gets the stock. Pretty good.
Awesome. So another stock would be great for Webwipe. He started with 2 stocks, so that would keep an even stock count for this game.
Good back air. Again, knows not to kind of risk an up air and get any kind of rest from that.
Oh wow, nice. Smash the eye out of the up air. Manages to escape.
I like the decision to use these shines in a lot of kind of ambiguous moments, like where you're uncertain if you're going to be able to act or not. Just spamming the shine can really help. Doesn't go for the rest there either. Wants to kind of get as much as he can from this. Ooh, that's big. That's it. That's
there
it.
we go.
All right, Quiggles doing his job. Webwipe not able to take a second stock. Got pretty damn close, but
Hey,
is
yeah.
this?
Quiggles claimed to be very good against Puff. I believe it. You convinced me.
Yeah, he delivered. But now that we have kind of Quiggles out, they have the time to counterpick.
hmm
Quiggles used to play Falco for a long time. Apparently told me he hates Falco, hates playing against Falco.
Okay.
So they don't have any Falcos available. I do wonder
Nope.
if we're gonna see like. I feel like this is where we see the Falcon, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
I'm thinking this is where we see. My hard read is going to be Midnight Blue. Um, But I don't know. But yeah, looking at this now, we've got n0ne, Quiggles, Zuppy left on team out of region, and or team Invaders rather, and we've got Amrak, Polo, Midnight Blue left on team BC. Um, Quiggles has how many stocks left? Three?
3 stocks, yes.
3 stocks left. So yeah, still gonna be tough. I think I'm pretty excited to see how Midnight Blue does. I think that's gonna be a
Yes.
huge difference
Yeah.
maker on whether BC has what it takes or doesn't.
Honestly, this is shaped up to be quite a good crew battle. It's a shame that, it's kind of late in the night and there were some
Hmm.
technical issues. So, we haven't been able to kind of get maybe the hype that it deserves, but this has been good. I think it's still kind of anybody's game. Obviously, you look at, n0ne and Zuppy both having, 4 stocks apiece to kind of go at the BC players, but I think this, in a lot of ways, might be the kind of deciding set just because if Polo can kind of take this kind of dominantly, he's got some wiggle room versus n0ne and Zuppy, and I'm sure he can take stocks from them. So,
Yeah, yeah. Polo alongside Elliot, I think, is going to be one of
yes,
these hard hitters from BC. So we're definitely hoping that he can live up to what we're hoping of him.
definitely. Yeah, so I think that should be interesting. Looks like they're getting ready to start too. Yep.
Hmm.
I think they've already done the hand warmer. I assume he said like, yeah, start at the 5 or something. All right, looks like it.
There we go, right into it.
Oh.
Polo finds a knee super early on in the game.
Good reaction so far. Goes for the forward throw, gets a stomp off of it and the
Oh,
reset,
wow.
but overshoots the grab just a bit and ends up missing. Platform kind of trips him up on that tech chase. Good grab.
Polo.
So far the neutral from Polo has been very solid. I think
Super
Quiggles definitely,
solid.
yeah, like it's been 30% is not a lot, especially when you're getting kind of like chip damage. Quiggles gets an opening off of the up throw, and then he gets the slight DI, or the slide up DI rather, and gets nothing from it. So the defense is very, very real here.
Yeah,
But
he's getting a lot of aerials, hitting contacts. Oh, there we go. Quiggles with the stock.
yeah,
Evens it up as far as compared to the beginning of the game, right? 1 talk apiece.
yeah, both of them kind of proving they're sort of like a lot of momentum dependent in this matchup. Once again, kind of messes up the spacing a little bit, but does get the regrab anyway and continues the check chase. Is he going to be able to get the edge guard? Nope. But the nair off of the ledge, very, very, very good awareness from Polo and closes it out with the knee.
Yeah, Polo, as you said, yeah, he's doing great in the neutral. He's getting so many opportunities. He's getting his punishes started a whole bunch. Being able to get his damage tacked on. He's not getting very quick kills yet. He's kind of a hard-working man in that regard, but yeah, Quiggles definitely has to start getting the quick gimps or
Ooh, this is a big
dodging
opening.
more of these neutrals.
I love the forward smash decision there. It's a very kind of not execution heavy option there. Like just like get the reliable kill, make sure you can guarantee the stock. But still favored by Polo.
Ooh,
Ends up closing it out there.
knee.
Pretty good stuff from Polo. I think 2 stocks. Is it enough? Right? Like we need to have him be able to have enough to not have n0ne kind of rip it back from sort of the jaws of defeat. And of
Yeah,
course,
you're
Zuppy.
right. He did the job there, but he didn't make the magic happen. But he
Exactly.
still has room to make the magic happen in this next game. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely. I think all of this will be good experience for the BC talent, getting kind of some high stakes matchups, some high stakes warm ups for tomorrow's tournament, which I'm super excited to see how that plays out. I think the question now is just do they bring out n0ne or do they let kind of Zuppy go out? How do they want to end it? Is n0ne the anchor or, what are they feeling?
Yeah, they're both super strong players. I don't think it's a bad decision either way.
I see a GameCube controller. That means it's n0ne. So
All
looks like
right.
we're gonna get a Falcon Ditto. I'm curious to see how these guys match up. Obviously, n0ne is the favorite, but like, how does Polo do against one of the best Falcons in the entire world?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Polo do some work in this matchup, but not against the likes of n0ne. So it's going to be super exciting to see. I think Polo has a very entertaining play style. Like, it's spectacular. It is a spectacle to watch him play. And the same thing can be said for n0ne, of course. He's kind of the most iconic player when it comes to style, some would say. So I think this is awesome. Both very, very pleasing to watch, Captain Falcons. It's going to be a show either way.
Yeah, and definitely like very different in terms of how they play. I think n0ne kind of plays like no other. So he really has just such a unique play style. But I don't know, Falcon Dittos in general are kind of like interesting. You know, they can kind of go a variety of ways. So I mean, I'd love to see Polo kind of have an upset and kind of take n0ne down, but we're about to find out.
Yeah, it's definitely a different game when Falcon's, main part of this game is he can be so oppressive with his speed, but now he's fighting against himself, so he doesn't have that advantage.
Just barely spaces around the jab there. Gets the stomp, but beautiful opposite tech from n0ne, and ends up picking up the knee. This is big damage so far. Polo currently trapped in the corner trying to fight to get out, and does succeed.
Oh wow, that's a sweet tech chase with that nair. Wow, finds a side B. I don't know how he got him out of that shield, whether he was moving out or if it was a shield poke, but that was excellent.
Yeah, that's definitely the kind of start to the set that you want to see. But of course, Polo is, at a disadvantage. He only has 2 stocks. He wants to take more, but
yeah,
now he only has 1.
A Falcon off stage. Easy money.
Yeah, so big part of n0ne's playstyle is, of course, being very, 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 very good at catch canceling and leveraging it. Right now, he's very, very, very good at hitting knees, and that is going to do it. So good stuff from n0ne.
Polo had great DI on that back air to get out of the way of that follow-up knee, but still off stage, still in a bad position. And now it's 7 stocks to 8 stocks for Invaders versus BC.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's rough.
The reason why is just like the stocks. It's not the stocks themselves, it's who's holding the stocks, and 3 n0ne stocks is going to be quite tricky, I think. Probably the favorite to win the whole event, I would say.
Absolutely. Now, it's very curious to me to see whether we're going to see Amrak or Midnight Blue. I think since the out of region team sent n0ne in first, that's kind of like their strongest player left, their anchor. Maybe that BC is going to do the same, try and match up to them.
It's tricky because I think there's 2 kind of schools of thought here. It's like, do you want to end up having to do a Fox Ditto versus Zuppy, who I think 1 is pretty good at Fox Dittos, and 2, it's kind of a weird matchup in the first place? Or do you want to commit to the kind of both players playing a Falcon? I don't know.
Yeah, it is tough. But it looks like we're going to see Amrak here.
Yeah, so looks like we're going to have Falcon Fox, regardless of how things pan out. And again, you mentioned earlier, Amrak kind of one of the higher skilled players, kind of on par with sort of Elliot, Polo, these guys. So FD, a good stage for Fox. Obviously, Fox has a lot of swing potential too.
So I know Amrak as a player who adapts really well, but by the nature of that, maybe he doesn't start his games off super strong. So I think it would be a little uncharacteristic of him to dominantly sweep. But hopefully we see him get better over time and adapt as things go. But yeah, FD, it's a great stage for him. Cuts off a lot of Falcon mix-ups. So it's going to be a little bit easier to maybe pick up on any patterns that n0ne might lay down.
All right, good reaction so far, getting kind of the guaranteed punish, but n0ne tripping him up with that aerial drift, kind of something that n0ne is just so good at is recovering, even there pulling back. But Amrak covering it, he makes his life as difficult as possible, and Amrak says, that's okay, I can handle it anyway.
A Falcon off stage is still a Falcon off stage, even if it's n0ne, right?
Definitely. So far, Amrak with the lead, but this nair is going to be big damage, covers it with the thing, and already
gets a knee. Oh, Amrak is still living, gets the ledge, and survives after that tournament winner.
Man, a huge part of n0ne's playstyle is just his quick decision making, He does an option and he already knows, like, if this doesn't work out, I'm going to run back to a nair to cover that. If this doesn't work out, then I'm going to do this. And it makes it so that, like, if you're his opponent, you kind of feel like, how do I cover someone who's, like, already prepared for everything in advance all the time, it feels like. But
exactly.
kind of
You
inspired
gotta be
away.
prepared too.
Yeah, you're making him kind of work just as hard as you can. And 110, you know, any wave shine up smash, I think would do it here. Yeah.
Ooh.
Up there.
Yeah, this is gonna be huge if he can finish this stock without taking too much more damage.
That's under.
Wow, there we go. So
All right.
Amrak would absolutely love to go into this next game with 2 stocks, but it's not gonna be easy.
Yeah, but you know,
This is
he
none we're
is
talking about.
really doing well. Like, look
Oh
at this,
my god,
man. Like,
got an opening, got 90 damage.
Oh, let's
Shine
go.
into back air. It's the second shine backer he's gotten on n0ne.
oh, okay.
Boom.
You heard people say on Twitter. You heard people say it's going to be free for
Wow.
Ontario. Everyone was shit talking.
Did you
I don't
hear
know.
them say that? Oh
I
my
saw on Twitter. There's
goodness.
tweets everywhere. They're saying like,
Oh
"Yo,
my
BC is going to get
goodness.
destroyed."
That's
You know,
not
we got.
what I'm seeing. That's not
It's
what
not what
I'm
you're seeing. Now we
seeing.
got Zuppy coming up, the anchor of the Invader crew, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, It's worth mentioning now, you know, perfect time, that with Zuppy on screen, we are sponsored by Medify, and Zuppy himself is a Medify coach. Now, if you don't know what Medify is, it's an online coaching platform. We got 120 different games with coaches that are like the kind of biggest experts. You know, we got like Music King, we got IBW, we got people like Zuppy, everybody available to kind of teach you how to play a game. And if you want to join that, if you want to get into that, you can
Mm-hmm.
and get 15% off with the code TGS15.
Yeah.
So
TGS15 at checkout, yeah, for Medify. I know Medify. I've had lessons with Albert, the Falco player, before.
oh, nice.
And then recently he switched to Medify. He was doing it privately before, but Medify,
Yeah.
they're just helping do everything behind the scenes for him, letting him streamline. Medify just focusing on the coaching, which is awesome. It's a great service, giving you access to so many players.
Definitely, you know, it's a huge part of kind of keeping players' sort of incomes alive. You know, like coaching is a huge part of their revenue, I would imagine. But with all that out of the way, so far we got Amrak, the White Fox, taking quite a beating from Zuppy, doing a pretty good job tech chasing. And it's worth mentioning, Zuppy is kind of famously, especially self-described, as having bad reactions. So he often talks about tech chasing with Shine because he doesn't, just doesn't kind of rely on himself to be able to cover it sort of.
Right. It's
with
a
anything
one-frame
slower.
move, so it gives him so much more extra time to react, right?
Exactly. And so far, you know, Zuppy is hard answering back,
Wow.
unable to even take a single stock.
And that is clean from Zuppy.
He's silencing the haters, man. I'm sitting here, I'm saying, hey.
Yeah, did somebody say free? Yeah, Zuppy said free.
Yeah, Zuppy is going like, I'll show you free, all right? And it's looking scary, man. You know, we got Midnight Blue. I'm sure these guys have played a bunch. You know, Midnight Blue,
Mm-hmm.
like coming from Ontario now, right? Like, isn't he living there, or is he? What's his
I
situation?
don't know. He has been very active in Ontario recently.
Yeah.
He's back here again for at least this tournament. I have
All
no
right.
idea where he's living right now. But it's good to see him here. I know, yeah, from this region, so it's good to have him back. I don't know how long we're gonna have him for.
I do think, regardless of how this ends. Okay, actually, I'm gonna put a little pin in that. If Zuppy just like force talks him,
Okay.
I think the trash talk is justified. Anything else though, they're wrong.
Then it was
Because you can't
close
say
though.
you can't say it's like a oh they're just guaranteed if it's like, you know, 2 stocks, like, you know, like that's like a close crew battle, 2 stocks or 3 stocks, like, let alone anything more, and he absolutely can, you know, go all the way. So, but Zuppy looking scary, man.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying before how good he is at Fox Dittos, and yeah, that's why.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we're gonna have a Falcon though. We'll see if he's good against Falcon as well. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is.
I mean, n0ne practice, right?
n0ne practice. But yeah, Midnight Blue, he's been traveling quite a bit. I think he went to Riptide. He's been active in Eastern Canada. He was at Champions of Vancouver here in Vancouver. Back here again for Pinnacle. He has been playing in many a tournament.
Already starts off the set with a clean 32%. You know, a little bit more, and you're kind of getting these guaranteed knockdowns off of pretty much every opening. Something that just makes the back throw things a lot easier. But Midnight Blue looking a little bit slower to start, but it doesn't seem to matter. Closing out this stock all the same.
Way. Yeah, Midnight Blue's punish game especially, I think, is what I've seen him improve on in the past year or so. And he just makes it look clinical. He'll get an opening and he knows how to finish it off.
Yeah, no, definitely. So far, even just already they kind of like doing a pretty good job, right? Like it's like he's taken a single stock. We're at a totally even game. The whole crew battle is riding on this. This is kind of exactly what people said it would be, you know?
Yeah, and it's all on Midnight Blue to hold it down for BC. People said it wouldn't be like this. You're right, but
he is holding it down, dude. He is holding it down. Up a solid stock, got a clean tech chase, and he is saying, "Yo, I don't care if I'm living in Ontario
oh my
or BC.
god, that
I just
forward
want to show
smash.
off." Oh my god, dude.
Midnight Blue.
Okay. Oh, beautiful tech though.
My.
Still, the momentum is so in the
Oh,
favor
no.
of Midnight Blue right now.
It is. It doesn't even matter. He didn't finish
Still.
off that stock. He's got a whole stock ahead, and he's got the percent lead. He's got quite the cushion on him.
Yeah, actually, just playing just so well. Like,
Yeah, he's hot off a second place last night at the pre-Pinnacle event. Only losing to Star, best player in Manitoba.
damn, yeah. So clearly very capable. But Zuppy, you know, he's got Ontario's reputation on his back right now. He's cleaning up this stock solidly, and you know, all he needs is one shine, one gimp, and everything is kind of back even. So
yeah, he's holding it down at 0%. The more mileage he can make off of this, it's not actually looking that bad
so
for
big.
him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
One after another, and already he's at 90%. Zuppy looks for the jab, but he gets the SDI on the double jab, and it doesn't seem to matter. They're down to one stock.
And we have ourselves an even game. Yeah, we have silenced all of the free sayers, and here we are.
Definitely.
Last stock.
Opening. Zuppy so composed
Oh,
right now.
gets a
He
grab.
does get grabbed.
Oh no, that was good awareness. I think he just kept running away because he knew he missed the timing.
I think the next clean opening is going to do it. Either player just gets...
Oh, wow. Oh, there we go. He started something. Midnight Blue finds safety on the ground. Oh, and that's it. Wow. I never would have guessed it would be this close.
I would not either. I think no one can say, like, no matter how you want to slice it, no one can say that BC got, like, wrecked. No one can say that BC had no chance. That was so close. Great stuff to both players. Really impressed by Zuppy kind of staying composed at the end and just kind of closing it out.
That's right. Momentum was lost on him, and he said, okay, I'm still in this game. I've still got stocks left.
And that's the beauty of a crew
It's not
battle,
over
right?
yet.
Like, if that was a best of 5 set, maybe we see Zuppy or you know, either side kind of really dial it in and take control. But in that one game, you know, anything can kind of happen.